just just before we start with the podcast, the Tales from Hex, episode 14, I think.
Ish.
I need to just to voice my disdain for something. My friend Ben, who you might know as Angus McGuy. I know you all know Ben. He's a fine individual. He watched Tortured season 3, and he discovered the twist at the end, and now with knowledge he's provided me, it's ruined it for me, and it's ruined my life.
Oh no!
Rick and Morty ruined it.
High on Life is a comedic first-person shooter game with action-adventure and Metroidvania elements. It takes place in a science fiction world which features talking guns. It was created by Justin Roiland and developed and published by Squanch Games.
The now defunct company. Or soon-to-be defunct company, I imagine. Or publishers
the player
or whatever.
investigates the body of a dead alien and finds a smaller-looking alien
in its jacket before being spit on it, by which allows them to communicate with each other, introducing them stuff as the Gatling Kenny, who reveals to the player that the planet is being invaded by Garmetuous and the G3 cartel,
which plans to turn the entire human race into drugs.
Oh no! I can't believe you.
So I was furious.
This.
I was furious when I heard that.
How dare you?
I've had this explained to me.
Because the ending of Children of Earth and the twist of it is so good, and then Justin, I was on the Jeffrey Epstein flights. Roiland ruined it.
Wait, was he?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, he was.
Oh.
Lots of people.
Oh
were. I think
no.
Tom Hanks was.
Well, that's another thing to add to the pile.
Oh, I'm so pissed off.
They're vaping the children.
I'm so mad.
No.
So, enough of that. Enough of that. I don't need. I voiced my complaint. That's all I had to say on the matter. So it's time. So last time on Tales from Hex, quite a lot of there was a lot of discussing of plans to move forward. You guys have basically discovered that Richard Filament is definitely involved with the rogue vampire who's been attacking people and triggered this whole mess, this whole chain of events. There was a lot of confrontations. Angus Angus and Masha and Yuki reassured the two vampires, and they sort of went about their lives, and returned home. And Barb somewhat stopped her murderous rampage for now, but she's still on the fence about not killing vampires. And I think everything that happened last time was Angus was heading to go to dinner with Mr. Fullerene. Masha was going to talk to Monty because Monty is there's some files on Monty found in She Who Seeks Truth and Mystery that the Mother Superior has been keeping from you. And Yuki, you were heading home, although you might have changed that.
Well, I've decided to just stop off at Suftapora to let them know what's going on. And then I'm going to go home and investigate the earthquake.
Okay. And Masha, as you went over to go talk to Monty, you didn't notice that you were sort of slipping into God mode without you doing it yourself.
The hood is up. What
The hood is up and the gloves are down. Angus, we're going to start with you because as you went over to Mr. Fullerene's home, you've seen he's invited a big old group of vampire hunters, one of whom you at this point know to be a killer. And I think I have to start there and that whole business.
Oh.
So I'm going to describe the people you see in front of you. You've at this point you've been sort of. Sorry, I keep disconnecting for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Oh.
It's being annoying.
Oh,
Oh, uh-oh.
that doesn't sound good.
It's being odd.
You're in the
What
shadow
happened?
realm.
In the
You went
shadow realm.
space.
Yeah.
But
you went to
when did I cut
space.
off?
You went. It was very scary.
You remember
Yeah.
when you said
I remember when she went.
Oh no.
I think I cut out when I
Oh, can
made
you?
that
I'm still
noise.
here. I'm still here. I'm still here.
So did
I'm still here.
Ah.
This isn't good. This is what's happening today. This is not good
There's-
time for
There's
the
a
internet.
word that all of you are saying that I'm not allowed to hear.
Yeah, see, that's all part of my plan. Anyway, you see the 5 vampire hunters who are standing in front of you. They don't look too friendly. They look very nice. So you've got one of them who looks like an older man. He's a human. He's quite like sort of muscular, very wrinkly and sort of like kind of spiky grey hair. Another one who's just doing like kind of posing and switching between different poses. Has long black hair and kind of a stubbly beard and a really awful mustache. The mustache is of your choice.
Choose your own mustache.
There's a guy who I think, you know what? Roll me a history check.
History check, okay. 18.
This guy who has kind of like just spiky hair that seems to have has kind of like frosted tips. Is you guess immediately this is Barb's ex-boyfriend. And he's sort of just got kind of like he's got like, you know, the bullet holsters, but they've not got bullets in them. So it's just there for the look. And no shirt and just like combat jeans and combat boots. The fourth, you come down to they're all 3 human, and then you reach a very short goblin. His head's kind of shaped like a butternut squash. So it's very specific, and he's got a kind of little tuft of hair at the top of his head, and kind of a persistent smile. He's very short. He's got quite long arms, and he also has a little leather jacket on. But he seems to be the one dressed the most normal. And then right at the very end, you have like a halfling who's got kind of a bandage around both their eyes, and he's just sort of wielding blades, and he's just covered head to toe in daggers. Yeah, can't believe it.
It's Rodney.
That's not what
Matthew, you got to put the image up on the screen.
Yeah.
This is what.
No, we're gonna get
This is
sued for slander.
No, invert the image.
Invert it.
Flip it,
Invert
change the colours, keep the hair.
Trace the colours. There we go.
Spin it around the whole bunch.
That's what Barb's.
That's what.
Barb's ex-boyfriend looks like. And so you've been sat down at this point. You've been sat at the head of the table with Fullerine at the end. I need to not call him Filament because he's got a very similar
Voice.
phonics. I don't know. And you see that these guys, like, most of them are just kind of like digging into the meal, being really violent. You've got steak in front of you, and they all laughed. They made like 17 steak jokes before you even sat down. It was very unfunny. And the only two who are sort of eating normally are this goblin and this sort of older looking man. So yeah, that's where you are.
Do any of them look like they're equipped with what could be considered a holy weapon? Or at least something stupid and extravagant?
Oh, give me a perception check with disadvantage, because they've got a lot of stupid, extravagant things.
No. My passive perception.
Doesn't
A
matter.
9.
This is a 9.
I've rolled for you.
You look around, and like it's so like everything they own looks stupid and tacky, apart from like maybe again this goblin and this older man. But they've got like loads of like fake crosses on their backs. They've got big planks of wood that they've painted gold. Daggers with knives attached to them.
I guess I don't think Angus is gonna instigate any kind of conversation with them. He's just gonna be eating until someone says something first.
Fullerine sort of like offers wine to everyone around the table, sort of pouring everyone a glass, and then he comes to you, Angus. Angus, would you like a glass of wine with your steak?
Oh, no thank you. I kinda, as a bartender, I kinda just swear off drinking. It's not my thing.
You see the older man who's been sort of situated next to you goes, sort of gives you a little punch on the arm, says, "What are you, some kind of big pussy?" And they all just like start laughing to themselves, except the goblin.
How dare you? How dare
Do you say
make
that?
me- How dare you make me feel a kinship to Rodney? How dare you make this the one person that I don't want to avoid? It's fucking Rodney. I don't know. Angus doesn't say anything. He just refuses his wine. Probably that sounded like an awkward chuckle because his charisma is 10. So
Oh no, he's in a bad situation.
oh yeah, he
He's
also
gotta get
really
outta
hates
here.
being touched. That's in his personality traits. So he's having a horrible time.
Yeah, this is hell. You see Fullerine's laughing along with the joke as well, like, no, you know we're all in jest here, Angus. You could take a joke, right, can't you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You see the halfling just goes, yeah, you could take a joke. You could take a joke, right?
Just look at him. Just like glance over him.
It's, Fullerine sort of like takes a sip of his wine. I just realised I've been drinking so much, I haven't even done introductions properly. Angus, this, and he gestures to the old man. This is Rupert Chief, head of the vampire clan. Rupert puts out his hand to you, just goes, "Yeah, how you doing? You're doing all right?"
I guess I shake it. Just kind of.
Yeah. He squeezes your hand.
Is that your real surname, Sheath?
Yeah, passed down the family for generations, you know.
You've all been vampire hunters, or is it something you went into yourself?
Well, me and he sort of like clicks at the halfling. It's Sam. It's Sam. It's you know who I am. We've known each other like 10 years. Yeah, Sam over there. Yeah, he's me and him been doing it the longest. The others, Johnny 5 years, Simon like another 4 years, and Rodney's one of our newest members. Rodney sort of just puts his hand up and doesn't say anything. He says, "Hello."
Okay, so
Just a little hello.
I guess probably waves at Rodney. So you'd say you're like the leader of the bunch, then?
Yeah.
Can I gauge
I'm the
everyone's
leader of the
reactions
bunch.
to his response?
Oh, to him being called the leader.
Yeah.
Ooh, roll me an insight check on everyone.
Whoa. No.
Oh no,
20,
just give me it's a
21.
general one. Okay, so you can see him being regarded called the leader is Simon and Johnny sort of like nod along like it's kind of a nothing thing. Rodney's like quite sort of quiet and gentle and just like goes yes. But you notice that Sam Stab, this halfling, sort of just kind of grumbles to themselves and like focuses on their meal.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Drama in the polycule.
That's Angus's real intentions for coming here. You, you. Sorry, I can't get over that. Hold on, wait, give me a minute. There we go. Yeah, no, we're here to sort out your problem, buddy, and maybe take a permanent resident with what old Fullerine's been telling us.
What has Fullerine been telling you?
He takes a sip of his wine, and he goes, "Well, Angus, you know, with everything going on with the church and the death of Hordo and Filament starting up his own little club of men, which I think you should have taken the initiative on that one. I thought it only best that you get some permanent protection round here, especially from these fine men."
Well, it seems that they began early. One of the victims from the mining incident has been killed in his cell.
You see that they all got, like, everyone of the vampire hunts have their own little reaction, but then Rupert sort of, like, glances around at all of them, and they all just go, like, stone-faced. I mean, this guy was a vampire, right? There wasn't a slip and fall and someone got stabbed, right? Angus?
Oh, well, we couldn't really confirm whether he was a vampire or not yet.
There are the telltale
It's like-
signs, though. Always.
Yeah, there are some signs.
Listen, you know, in this line of work, you're working with professionals. You see Rupert grabs a wine bottle and just sort of like chugs it a bit. And when you're working with professionals, they don't make mistakes. If one of my boys, or me, killed this vampire, they knew what they were doing. They knew the signs. You know what I mean?
You don't sound too sure that it was one of you.
Well, depends. Are we being accused of anything?
No, I'm just saying that you seem to have started work early.
Rupert just kind of stares at you.
I cut into my steak and the knife scrapes off the plate.
Oh no! Oh, why would
Everyone
you
sort
do
of
that?
winces, apart from, like,
Oh.
Rodney.
Masha hears it from
Hey.
all the way across HEX.
Hey, well, yeah, you know, if if that's all it is, then well, I don't mind taking the credit on that one. I took him out.
Can I roll insight to see if he's, like, telling the truth?
Yeah, sure.
10.
Like, you have no clue. Could be lying. Could be not. Yeah, no. I came on in, was visiting that funny little church, you know, with the nuns, the oh, and I just got the sense, picked up the smell, you know.
Can I do another check just to gauge everyone's reactions to this story? If they're all still stone-faced. Because I feel like
Roll me insight.
I wish I was still playing Astra.
Spell.
Asvel, that's the one. Astram. Who was Astram? 19.
Okay, so you roll and you think and you get a reaction from everybody. Rodney is in full belief of this story. Jonathan Storm doesn't really care. He's just kind of looking at his whip, like he's half listening, is like kind of like fine with it. You notice that Simon Cutthroat is kind of nervously cutting his steak and just kind of giving Rupert shifty eyes, and Sam Stab is just kind of he's looking real mad.
Ugh. See, I didn't get much time to think about this, so usually I have like deep plans, but all my courses of action here are completely random.
Fair.
Oh, Sam, you look like you have something to say. What's up?
No, I ain't got nothing to say. You got something to say to me? Huh? You see, he starts pulling out knives in his, like, knuckles. You got something to say to me?
No, you just look like you had thoughts. I wanted to hear your opinion. I thought it'd be valuable.
What? Yeah. You see, you see Johnny kind of whips the table in front of Sam after you say something genuine to him. He just goes, "Shut up, number 5. Sit down." And Sam just kind of like looks very dejected.
Well, I'll as one of the 2 people who have kind of been put in charge of looking after these potentially infected people, I've been doing some research of my own, and I have noticed that around traces of vampire activity, I always seem to stumble across Richard Filament, which I find very suspicious.
Fullerene sort of pipes up. It's like, "You think he might be a vampire of some kind?" It's very interesting.
What's Fullerene eating? Is he eating steak as well?
Yeah, he's eating steak. He's cutting into it.
Okay, but is he eating it?
Oh. Like, he's just kind of letting it sit. He's mainly just drinking wine.
Interesting. I think Richard might at least know more than he puts on.
You see Simon goes to speak, and then Jonathan sort of leans on his shoulder, like, "Nah, I've already tagged that guy. Not a vampire. Some would have burnt him up, right? Okay."
Yeah. I want to get this
Kind of
out of the way
basics.
right now about Fullerene. Ben, me does. What would Angus know about the signs of being a vampire?
Ooh. You know that they have to, like, the way they survive is by, like, they drink blood, but it has to be from a living being. Like, it has to be like, it's like some equivalent to like a life force being drained. That's their only way of really eating. They don't consume regular food.
And he's been letting his steak sit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Angus is going to bring that up, because,
You're a vampire. Get him.
Kill him now. No, I guess he's got to go back to eating and like, nodding along with whatever the vampire hunters are saying.
Jonathan Storm sort of like leaning on his chair and kind of like flexing. Like, "Yeah, I know you've been like doing like handling this for a while now, and I know like that and I think there was a priest lady or something were doing something, but like, no offense, but you're an amateur. Maybe just leave it to us now. We got a foolproof plan anyway. We're gonna come at it all sides and just kind of bring it down. You know what I mean?"
Yeah, and I'm sure because I've heard, as an artificer, you vampire hunters have some kind of magical weapons that make you far more equipped for the job than me at least.
You see that a couple of them like Johnny chuckles and sits back down, and so does Rupert. "Oh, you're an artificer, correct? You're an artificer. Oh, okay." Let's go back to...
Yeah, I work on alchemy and chemistry and a bit of engineering as well.
Yeah. Bit of engineering. All right. Yeah. No. I mean, that's all well and good. Like, it's always good to have a hobby like that. But
Boy, what are you?
No wonder you've been struggling so much.
Well, do you dabble with magic? What are you then? I know everyone has their own little kind of class they like to learn from. What?
You ready to show them, lads? You ready? You see they all sort of like stand up into position, except Rodney. Jonathan steps forward first, and like Fullerene sort of like starts like rubbing his hands together, looking kind of excited. And Rupert snaps his fingers. Jonathan Storm steps forward and like whips 3 like family portraits off the wall with this like massive whip. That's Johnny's weapon there. Whip. Very powerful. Blessed by some holy priest guy. Turns out like he's pretty cool and got kind of a cool weapon out of it, right, Johnny? And he sort of slaps Johnny on the back. Says, yeah. Woo! Simon sort of steps forward with his frosted tips, and you see he's like holding what looks like a vial of water with some kind of like weird mechanism in it. He sort of shakes it up, and you see it starts to fizz. Now, Simon here, explosive holy water. Just absolutely brilliant. Genius idea. Fucking fantastic. You know what I mean? Rupert headbutts Simon, and Simon sort of goes back to sit down. Yeah, then there's Sam's thing. Show him the thing, Sam. You see Sam steps up looking really excited, looking amped, and he just like kind of limply throws daggers at a wall. None of them land. They all just kind of fall to the floor. He's got daggers. Go sit down, Sam. Sam looks very dejected and sits down. And then there's me. And he pulls out a gigantic sword from his back, covered in like holy symbols. You ever seen this before?
No, that seems excessive.
Excessive? We're fighting the spawn of hell here. Say it's excessive to, like, I don't know, fight Satan with a big sword? Why are you defending Satan, Angus?
I feel like this because this is a world
Devil's
millions
advocate.
and millions of years in the future. Angus is probably gonna have to scratch his chin and trying to think of who Satan is.
Yeah.
Just say devil's advocate, you're fine.
If you say devil's advocate, they'll kill you immediately.
No, so Rodney hasn't shown anything, has he?
Rodney hasn't.
What's Rodney's thing?
Now Rodney here. He's my ringer. Rupert sort of gives Rodney a nod and he stands up. I can't really show off many of my capabilities, but I'm quite effective against large vampire hordes, as suggested that the ones here are suggested to be.
Okay, so you work within magic then, I guess.
Oh, well, with a few is it all right to show him? You're cool, right, Angus?
I'd like to think so.
He drinks his wine again. Yeah, no, show him, Rodney. Rodney sort of like pulls like at the back of his like shirt and jacket for a bit, and you see that there seems to be some kind of like mechanical implant sort of growing in his back, and it's sort of shining off like this weird yellow light. Delaware technology, magical enhancements have helped me learn a few powerful spells that are very effective against vampiric hordes, much like this one.
I see. Oh, that's interesting.
Do you have any magic, Mr. Angus?
Yeah, I have a few basic artificer capabilities, and I've generally I like to learn spells in my spare time, which I don't have much of.
Well, we showed you yours. You show us yours then.
I have to think of what to show you. 'Cause I've mostly got attack spells. I don't think there's anything here in this room to attack with.
Go on, you can attack me. Come on, take a swing at me.
Who said that?
This is Rupert Sheath with his massive fucking sword. Hey, come on, take a swing at me.
It's not a swing, but yeah, okay. Can I attack him with Melf's acid arrow?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, does a 19 hit?
A 19 does hit.
He takes 8 acid damage.
Where do you fire specifically?
Probably the place that looks the most protected.
Okay, I think like his chest is pretty protected. Like he's got a lot of like body armor.
Yeah, I fired at his chest.
Okay.
Then.
So you like as soon like you when he offers it, like you, as you consider what you're using, he's going like come on, and you sort of fire directly into his chest, and he does like kind of flinch back for a minute. Everyone else sort of looks around at each other. Whoa, that's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive stuff there, Angus.
Thank you. He's probably wiping his palms on his trousers.
Yeah. You see Rodney, like, when you shot at Rupert, he did really, like, kind of, like, react to, like, get ready to, like, jump into action, like, to go and defend him, but he seems fine.
I think I'll just ignore
that. At this point, you hear from, like, upstairs, basically, the room you're in currently is, like, you're kind of in a big old farmhouse that's been done up as, like, kind of a dining room area. There's a lot of like pictures of paintings of like Fullerene on the walls, like doing like war hero-y things in vague combat situations. And a lot of like mounted heads. One of them does have a price tag on them, and all this stuff on the wall. And there's an upstairs on these like nice sort of like fancy stairs, and coming down is a lady in kind of like a big pink suit. It's like, what the fuck is happening up here? Down here? What? And she looks at you. Did you shoot someone?
He asked me to.
Rupert sort of goes, I don't remember doing that. What are you doing, Angus? You got slippery trigger finger?
Imagine this like his fucking like leather jacket is melting.
Yeah. I see Fullerene, who's had quite a lot of like wine up to this point, goes, ignore her. Go back upstairs with that stupid husband of yours. You're not attacking people in my house. It's my house. Go away. And she sort of like kind of looks looking really angry and just sort of goes back upstairs. Everyone starts to sit back down at the table.
I think Angus is pretty stunned. I think he's just going to go back to eating.
You see that finally Simon sort of speaks up and goes, hey, Angus, Angus, isn't it?
Yeah, hi.
I just wanted to know how if you know someone called Barb.
Yeah, I know Barb. She works for the police department alongside Detective Masha.
Masha, oh, that's cool. I've heard about her, the priesty lady. How's she doing at the moment?
She's having a rough time of it. She's left her vampire hunting ways, and she's kind of struggling to deal with that conflict. But Masha's really kind of helping her through it and being very supportive.
I've decided I'm not happy with this guy's voice, so hold on.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I've listened to Guy Fieri. There we go.
Yes.
No, I'm glad this is not Guy Fieri. It's slowly slipping away by the second. There we go. This is the voice we're going with for this guy.
Hey, forget about it.
Hey, I'm fucking evil.
I'm evil here.
I'm evil here. Okay, you see, that's okay, that's cool. And you see Rupert sort of like, kind of, sort of cough. Like, what's the conflict? What's that supposed to mean? What problem she's got with not being a hunter anymore?
Oh, it's kind of like a mix between your new self and your old self. So she's trying to figure out, what kind of person she is.
When you're a hunter, even if you leave the guild, you're always a hunter. Nothing changes.
That seems to be
Stupid.
the conflict.
She's not gone soft, has she?
Absolutely not. No, she's still harsh and rude, and she's a police officer. So.
Make sure you treat her right. She's skilled in her department.
Well, I think Masha's treating her just fine. So.
Oh, Masha. There we go. It's back. Masha, they're close. That's cool. I'm glad she's got a friend here.
Yeah.
Really good friend.
You are.
Besties.
This is
were
Angus
roommates.
laughing.
What's funny? I say something dumb.
I don't know how many times I can skirt around the subject subtly without you picking up on they're dating.
Oh. Huh. You see Jonathan, who's sort of at this point just kind of put his fork in his whole steak and just kind of ripping meat off it. Women date?
They can, yeah.
Did you guys know about this? Rodney sort of nods along. Everyone else looks like perplexed and really confused. Huh.
Do you guys not have lesbians? Whatever floor you're from?
They all look really, really perplexed.
Do you guys know that men could date?
At that point, they go like, "Huh? That a thing?
Yeah.
Crazy. Write this down, boys. Write this down." Everyone like pulls out a little notepad and writes down men date, women also.
Planting the seeds.
Wait a minute. We can date?
You're telling me we
Stop
can
making
kiss
out
each
the
other
paper.
Give me
without
some sugar.
consequence?
Huh. Maybe there's more to learn here than I thought originally. Thanks, Angus. You've opened my eyes to a new...
That's my husband.
Start explaining transgender people to them next. He's my husband.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law. My nephew. My niece.
It's a shame we're not going to be staying in HEX too long. We got the final operation come in, boys. Boys.
Final,
There goes, boys.
final operation.
Fullerene goes, well, Angus, I've just thought, to show off their capabilities straight away, I've given Mr. Rupert all measures to take against this vampire hive, and I've quite liked his solution to the problem.
Does it blow it up?
See, I told you this was an intelligent man.
Do you know where the hive is, Fullerene? Because no one's officially found it yet.
Angus, you forget. I am a member of this community. I have been for a very long time. And, while the preciseness of this place has not been discovered, we can gather that that if we travel down the hole and clear a path with Mr. Sheaf's explosive devices, the hive should be brought out almost immediately, or found. Either way.
Right. I guess that does make sense.
Yeah. But, it's quite an effective plan, no? He takes another sip of his wine.
Still hasn't touched his steak.
Nope.
I guess on paper that could seem quite effective, but considering the initial accident came from a ceiling collapse, I don't think it's going to go off quite as quickly as you say it will.
Angus! Sheaf sort of like puts his arm around your shoulder. You worry too much. Listen, we send in a few explosives, few carefully placed ones once we're like close. Clear a couple of, maybe throw a few more to clear up some of the damage, and then we send Rodney in there, my main man, and the whole thing will be over in a couple seconds. And then our relationship can continue past that, you know? You can set us up here, right?
Probably have to talk to the police department about that.
No. Listen, Angus. I know you. I've heard about you from Fullerene here. You make things happen. And I know you could make this happen for us.
I'm just mostly concerned that if I start letting random kind of groups into HEX, that the side division is going to try and worm their way in.
They all start kind of like booing and screaming and yelling at this, like, hey, we're not the side division. And if those fuckers try and come down there, we'll kill them. We're gonna like that.
I don't know. I'll listen. I can get things done, and maybe I'll be considering it tonight. But it's more of a, there's so much going on, because I know the side division, they already want to get in here. I know Richard Filament is pulling like all kinds of strings that he shouldn't really have. There's a lot going on.
At this point, you see Fullerene just goes, Angus, you sound... all this talk of conspiracy sounds quite... Maybe you've had too much to drink. Maybe you should go home now, Angus, and I'll settle these boys in. Talk in the morning.
Well, I'd like to have a private conversation with you beforehand, maybe. Or, because, that's what
very
I
well then.
came here for, but,
Very well then. You boys stay here. I'll talk to Mr. McGuy. And he, Fullerene takes you out, sort of takes you upstairs.
it kills me.
He kills you, pushes you down the stairs immediately.
Takes me out. Bang.
And you just see and as you see, do you go with him upstairs?
Yeah.
As he sort of, like, takes you upstairs, you just see all of the vampire hunters kind of just watching you and looking at you as you ascend. Masha,
Me.
you are walking towards Monty, God mode slipping on. You've not noticed the sort of, like, glowing tendrils all around you. It's all very, all a bit odd. And you head to your room where Monty usually is, and you see he's just sort of sat there reading books. He does shut it as soon as you come in. Hi, Masha.
Very quickly, remind me of why I was going to see Monty. I have completely forgotten.
There was files on him that Angus and Yuki found in the Shiusichuven mystery, stolen from the House of Isaac, that talked about Monty having magical properties, like insane magical capabilities in a specific category.
Right. Okay. Let me get into the God mode vibe. Child, you. Shit. No. Shut up. Shut up right now.
You
You.
die.
Greetings, Monty.
Hi, Masha. Hope you're okay.
I
you on
have a
case
question.
right now?
You have a special ability in a particular magical field. May I ask what it is?
I'm not really sure what you mean, Masha. I've never been that good with magic or anything like that.
The file suggests otherwise, child.
Masha, I'm not really sure what this is about. I'm kind of tired. I've been doing a lot of studying.
Very well.
Masha,
Yes.
give me another charisma saving throw.
Oh, that is an 11. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Masha, in your god mode, you're already in a state where you're not quite yourself, but you hear, under the surface,
No. Dig deeper. Find out what he knows.
Oh, okay. Can I, like, in my sort of, like, inner self, sort of, like, push back against this a little bit? Where you're inside Masha's mind, she's like, why? Who are you?
in a Masha, let's go, look, okay, this is it, Masha. In that case, you find yourself kind of out of your body for the moment. You feel there's a chain wrapped around your leg, and it sort of extends off into the darkness.
Right.
We need to dig deeper. Find out what he knows.
Yeah, but I don't... What do you want me to do?
Roll me a strength saving throw.
Oh, why? Oh, that's a 10.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wouldn't it be funny
I've,
if you died in your own brain?
Don't even joke about that. Fuck you.
So Masha, you feel the chain gets tugged really tightly, and you just feel your whole body fall to the floor. You take 7 damage. You just sort of smash into the marble. You see, as you fall in this realm, you can sort of sense on the outside these sort of glowing yellow tendrils kind of reaching out and around Monty.
We must know.
You are not going to hurt my child, and I'm gonna pull out my short swords.
Okay, roll me initiative.
Fuck yeah. 13.
Yeah, they failed. You go first.
Heck yeah. I am going to... Okay, I'm going to use Insightful Fighting as a bonus action to do a Wisdom Insight check contested by their Deception.
Okay.
Shit! 8.
They got a natural 20.
Oh, fuck. Okay, that's fine. I am going to run up and I'm going to, like, try and slash at these glowing tendrils that are trying to get around Monty.
Roll me attack.
Right. That is a 13.
You do hit one of the tendrils. Roll me some damage.
Hell yeah. Come on. That is a 5.
So you sort of cut into one of these, and it does kind of like break in two and dissipate. And as it dissipates, you see that sort of falling out of one of its stumps is just like garbled conversation, just a mixture of all the conversations you've ever had, just kind of going like, just sort of talking over each other really quickly, just like sort of until it's gibberish.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well I'm gonna like get myself between the tendrils and Monty, so that to get to him they're gonna have to go through me.
Okay.
And that's gonna be the end of my turn.
Alright, so the tendrils are still like approaching Monty. In the sort of the real world, there's only one around him, but it's not got him, like not ensnared him yet.
Yeah.
It's being stopped by you. Your mysterious assailant from the shadows, who's got a chain around your leg, is gonna, again, I'm gonna need you to make another strength saving throw.
Oh, fuck off. That is a 16.
So this person try and like drags this chain stronger, but you manage to like hold your ground.
Hell yeah.
Ben says in Discord, Masha's secrets are a lot more disruptive than mine.
You're very right.
Mine are more on the eldritch horror side of secrets.
The chain like kind of tightens. The tendrils are going to try and attack you. Just
okay.
Like kind of lunge forward.
Uh-oh. Oh.
And they rolled very badly. They got a 3.
Oh, hell yeah.
So basically they try and like all just kind of sweep after you and come for you, but you manage to dodge out the way. Kind of like you've got a little bit more control of the chain now as well.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like ducking under them.
We must understand.
That is the end of your assailant's turn.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try insightful fighting again, so I'm gonna need another deception check from me.
That was an 11.
9.
They
oh,
beat you.
Fuck. Okay, fine. In that case, I'm gonna say the truth is important, but we cannot take it by force. And I'm gonna just ready an action so that if that they come for Monty again, I'm going to like try and like get an attack in, basically.
You feel the chain, like whatever's out there is just kind of like pacing back and forth.
The child will be consumed and enter the stream. We will have them always.
And you see that the tendrils are going to kind of raise up and start building almost like a wave. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god, why are you choosing all the ones I'm shit at? Oh, that's an 18, baby! Get fucked! Oh. Get fucked!
So these try and come down on you, start trying to like crash you like a wave. But you stand strong. You do notice that the arena is much more like full of water. They kind of smash down onto you, and there's like the free tendrils are kind of poking out of the water now, just kind of waving back and forth.
Right. And I assume Monty is still alright. Yeah.
He's still alright. He's a little. You can see sort of just from the outside, he looks a little bit nervous that there's this tendril around him, but it's not done anything yet, and he's just kind of quietly backing off.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to quickly turn to Monty and try and just shout, "Monty, there's something wrong. You have to run. You have to get out of here." And then I'm going to turn back and face the shadow and say, "You care about the truth so much, and yet you hide in shadows. Show me who you are." And I'm going to, again, I'm going to try and insightful fighting. I have to succeed eventually.
Okay.
That is a 17 on my end.
You beat them. They got a 13.
Yes! I think if there are any sort of like tentacles that are close by, I'm gonna try and like swipe at them with a sneak attack.
Okay, roll me an attack.
I understand you. I'm in your brain now. It's brainception, baby. Shit.
Brain.
That is a 7.
You try and slice at the tendrils, and they just kind of drift back through the water. I will say, upon gaining an understanding of this creature's methods, you see that you do successfully like reach out to the real world and yell to Monty. He grabs his book and like kind of rushes out past you. The tendril can't reach him, and you just hear from the shadows like a. And you see at this point, the water fades away. The tendrils retreat. From the shadows, you hear the chain moving. And you see a person. They look like you, but it's kind of incomplete. Like someone's caught a glance at you from a distance and hasn't been able to sort of form a full picture of you. They're wearing sort of ragged, sort of cut-up nun robes. They look like very emaciated. And the chain round their legs clearly been there a lot longer and is like digging into the skin. And they're just kind of standing there looking at you.
Who are you?
Why did you let the child escape?
You're a threat to him.
And you're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Idiot.
Well, I'd rather be stupid than whatever you are.
She sort of sits down cross-legged, kind of holding the chain.
There are so many secrets, so many things that have not been understood, and you refuse to gather them. That is why I am here, to complete your purpose.
What purpose is that?
To understand, and to control that information.
You have it all wrong. The truth is not to be controlled. It's to be used to help.
She shakes her head. You see as she sort of like places her hands on the ground, water starts spilling out from them really quickly, like to the point where it starts rising in this room.
You have so much to learn.
Masha, this room is filling up with a lot of water really, really quickly. To the point where it's and your partner here is just sitting on the ground, not moving.
Oh, I know what it wants me to do. In the words of that one child from The Matrix, there is no spoon. How much control do I have over my own brain? Is there like a roof to this?
You have no idea. Like above you, it's kind of just void.
That should be fine then. Yeah, I think as this water is rising, I think I'm going to start approaching this person.
The other version of you smirks as water starts the water gets really high. Roll me a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
That's a natural 20, baby!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Cool. The water rises above your head and you feel completely fine. No stress or worry about drowning, and neither does your other half.
There is
they
no
stand
spoon.
to face you.
There is no spoon!
Then you'll see that it is not the spoon that bends, it is only yourself.
they stand to face you and just whisper in your ear.
They will claim you in the end.
And you are out of your own brain, back into the real world. You are out of God mode.
Ah! Oh, fuck! Ah. I turn to the little altar I have in my room, and I point, and I go, "We are having conversations later. This is not over." And I assume that Monty has run out of the room now.
He's gone.
Okay.
You don't know where he's gone to.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go look for him.
It's getting pretty late now. Are you going outside to look for him, or are you just searching around anywhere?
I think I'll check in the church first.
Roll me investigation.
18.
You sort of start hunting around the church, looking at like in the main worship areas. Sometimes just looking in any the kitchen, the infirmary, and you finally come to the Mother Superior's room, and see Monty standing there, kind of vigorously knocking on the door.
Monty.
I'm
sorry. I'm sorry if I scared you. I don't know what happened. I think I went into my avatar state. I had a fight in my brain with an evil goblin version of myself. It seems. But
Monty looks very concerned. He looks very concerned.
You have a right to have that expression. I'm not. You're entirely right here.
Listen,
God.
Masha, I think I'll just spend the night with the Mother Superior today.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
I hope you're all right.
I get it.
And he sort of slips into the Mother Superior's room, and the door closes.
Oh fuck. I have goblins in my brain. Help.
Goblins in your brain. What are you doing now, Masha?
I think I'm going to try and have a little chat with she who seeks truth and mystery. I'm going to go back to my room.
Okay.
And I'm going to do some praying.
Do some good old classic praying.
Yeah.
You sit down sort of in the quiet of your room and try to discover what the hell just happened. Yuki.
Hello? Yes, hello. Sorry, I turned off my microphone. I forgot I had done that. Hello?
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
god.
Oh my
god.
god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Where are you heading? You're heading to the Siftpora people, correct?
Yeah, just for a few minutes to just let them know what's going on. Maybe check up on them again.
Are you going in there as Yuki or Narcissa or?
Narcissa, they know her.
Yes.
I knock on the
you
door.
go into you knock on the door. You see the lizard folk who runs there, sort of opens up, going, "Hello." Oh, it's you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I'm here on business today. Unfortunately, not to steal something else. Hi.
Yes.
Can I come in for a second? I don't expect I'll be staying long, unfortunately, but
Yes, come in.
okay.
You see that there's been quite a lot of the earthquake did hit Siftpora. A lot of their exhibits have been broken and disturbed. A couple cages on the ground. You see the other owner, the human Charlie, is looking very panicked and worried and kind of looking over schematics for something.
Ooh. Wow, you guys got hit pretty hard. I can imagine several reasons
Yes.
why you didn't want people to help you, though, so I don't blame you. Okay, well, I'll just get straight to it. We need your help.
Charlie and Hamish look at each other, and Hamish just turns to you and just goes, "With what?"
Okay. You can both keep a secret, right? Because this is a very important secret.
Yes, I suppose.
What do you two know about vampires?
Charlie goes, "Oh yeah, we know loads about vampires. Like we've had to deal with a couple in the past." And Hamish sort of glares at him.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
Oh.
Listen, you guys. You might want to get some vampire food ready at some point because I've pointed some people in your general direction who might need some of that. Technically, I shouldn't be telling you any of this. I'm not really authorized, but I'm...
Even if we did know what vampires eat, which we're not saying we do, what makes you think it's as simple as just food?
Well, I guess that's why I'm asking you. How simple is it?
Any living creature with blood.
Okay.
Life force, stuff like that.
I mean, I guess you guys must have, like, pet food, I suppose?
Swap those words around. And you have your answer.
Suppose I... No, I understood. Okay, then. Right. It's just the issue is, these people really need help, and honestly, I didn't really know where else to point them. How much, food pet do they need, like, a month?
How big is the hive?
2 people.
2 people? That should be quite easy to provide for.
Okay,
and besides, it doesn't mean they have to kill the creature. They just need to. No, do you know what a whale is?
I am not familiar with a whale. That's a strange name. I don't know about that.
Well, they existed, and they had these things on them, and sometimes little smaller fish. You know what fish are, right?
Oh yeah, like in aquariums?
Yes, like in aquariums. And they feast off the bacteria off the whale. Now think of it like that, but they take this creature's blood.
Okay.
Not all of it, but just some of it.
I'm conceptually more familiar with the drinking blood thing than the whale thing. In fact, that's sort of confusing me.
Fine, I shouldn't have mixed whales. I'll get creatures they can drink blood from.
Just giving you a heads up.
It's fine, and then the process.
I've pointed them in your direction.
2 vampires. That's all.
Just 2.
Just 2.
Yep.
All right.
At least. Hopefully, there's just 2.
Do you need anything else?
Don't worry about it. Yes, that's all.
And in return, what do you intend to give us?
Are you saying you don't want to help out these people? Fine. I'm sure I can get you something, maybe some money. What do you guys need?
Access to Delaware equipment.
Nope.
Oh, well then I'm afraid we can't help your 2 friends. Sorry.
What kind of Delaware equipment?
Anything. Grab anything. Broken equipment, new equipment, just grab it from the factory. And bring it to us. And your 2 friends will be provided for.
Why?
Well, there are a myriad of reasons.
Name one.
One, and we could sell it. And 2, it gives us information to hold over you.
I don't know why you'd need that.
Because you broke into our establishment, threatened us with a shotgun, and then discovered a very important
Let's
secret.
just recap what
so
happened.
We need something else.
I came into your establishment in a murder investigation.
Illegally.
Hang on. I think I came through the door, if you remember correctly. And then you were at the counter.
And that makes the...
I came through the door.
You came through the door.
In a murder investigation.
Threatened me.
You kicked me into your back room and threatened me with a shotgun. Let's get that clear.
And I don't see how that changes the situation at all.
Because I didn't threaten you.
Oh, so you have the moral high ground.
Yes.
How interesting. Get us the equipment or this doesn't happen.
Okay, then.
Not asking for much, just a bit of equipment. Anything. As
And
long
then
as
you
it's
promise.
big-ish. Yes, you have my word.
Big
You have to get it to me right away. Right away, next couple days, that's all I'm asking.
All right, I'll come back to you at some point. I'm going there now anyway, so sure.
You see Charlie goes, yeah, you better. And then sort of goes back to looking at his stuff. Do you leave? What are you doing now?
I leave and go back home. It's the evening, so I'm going back home to investigate something earthquakey.
Okay. So I'm assuming you're just exploring the factory area.
Yeah. I'm Yuki, by the way.
Yes. In that case, roll me investigation with advantage, because I think you're used to this. You know this. You do know this place. You've been in a lot of Delaware factories.
All right. I have my dice back, because I came home. 17.
Okay. So you enter into the factory area. The conveyor belts are kind of off for once. You're not greeted by any friendly / passive-aggressive managers. And everything's very quiet. Sticking to mainly the factory area, you're seeing stuff that you haven't seen in this one yet. You've seen it in plenty of other Delaware factories. Kind of like storage rooms, special like development rooms. And as you start exploring, it gets a lot more niche. You find rooms that are labelled really weirdly, like operating operations, like kind of all nonsense.
Do I know what this factory does? What it makes?
Oh, that's actually interesting. Hold on, I got to think about this because in my mind, no one really knows what the Delawares make. They just make products.
Franz Kafka bullshit.
Like specifically, no one really asks. They just buy some stuff for them, and they don't really say anything. They're not like hiding it, but they're not like not hiding it. I'm trying to think if you would know. Roll me history with advantage. Why not?
13.
In the vaguest possible sense, they make weapons. They just make weapons. The nature of those weapons, that's it. On your investigations, you come to a set of like what looks like kind of like a management deck, kind of like this big metal booth that's like on top of the factory that kind of just looks down. It can seemingly be like moved around on this weird crane apparatus. Again, the architecture's like a nightmare. It's all really convoluted, and you see there's a lot of files, sort of very neatly organized up here. And what looks like a new piece of technology. Oh. A metal screen. A kind of like a metal box with a grey screen.
Okay. Right. Before the screen, can I just check the files? What do the files say?
So, checking the files, a few of them you actually do recognise, because you saw them early on in the original J investigation with Angus, or at least you were there when Angus was looking at them. They're development files for like changing the Church of Isaac and the surrounding area of HEX into a large magic school. But they're expanded, and it seems to be by the language used in these files that they are ready to move ahead.
Do they say what with?
Just development of these magic schools and something of like...
What kind of project?
Development of this magic school and also creating a much larger worker village that completely dwarfs any other, like, that will probably kind of like wipe out or push out any other like companies or small business owners here.
Okay. Interesting.
But there's talk of what kind of looks like issues with the factory and what will come from this extended development.
Okay.
It states that the production of like weapons manufacturing at its current rate is causing a slow degeneration of Hex's structure. And if production increases, Hex will not only be like completely like almost impossible to build anything, it will probably collapse. You see there's been some notes here that seem to be sent off to Delaware himself that like advising that building here is completely like is there's no point in building here. It will just cause more like problems to them later down the line.
But it's interesting that they put such a big worker village in a place that's gonna collapse. I hate to make the suggestion, but maybe just an idea, but maybe the billionaire isn't very smart.
Maybe just maybe.
I hate to be the guy to say, but I have maybe a theory. Right, the big screen. Let's look at that one.
So there's a lot of like weird buttons all around it. It looks like kind of a pad with like letters on it. Can you roll me insight to see if you can figure this thing out? Actually, no, intelligence.
4.
Huh. You have no idea how to operate this thing. You're just pressing buttons wildly and it's making clicking sounds, but nothing seems to be happening.
Do they... Okay. Does the screen have, like, wires coming out of it?
No, it's quite... You don't see any wires coming out of it.
Can I try and kick it with my foot?
Roll me strength, please.
I'm not trying to break it. I just want to make it do something. 4.
You just sort of like gently kick it and kind of hurt yourself a little bit, and you will take the tiniest bit of damage.
Oh no!
Take 1 damage as you sort of kick it and like kind of hurt your foot. Doing this though, you see that a red light does begin flashing, and you hear a meh 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 meh.
I'm authorized to be here. I continue. I try and look for a power button on this thing.
Roll me investigation with disadvantage.
14.
Looking around, sort of like stumbling, just pressing buttons. You press something on one of the monitor, and this like the screen seems to light up. You see the wonders of the future. There's a beige background, and there seems to be things called files. Wow. Roll me perception, please.
Oh, 19.
When you hear in this weird suspended booth you're in, kind of a heavy scuttling sound.
Oh, is there anywhere for me to hide in this room?
You see, you can hide like under like the actual, like under the desk, under like the operating, under like, all the equipment.
Okay, I hide and put all the wires over me so that I'm more hidden.
Roll me stealth, please.
Natural 20.
Whoa!
+6.
So yeah, when you were younger, you remember hiding in these factories all the time, trying to evade like workers you've tripped up or something. So you know how to hide in these places. You know how to work with these weird machines, and you sort of like wrap yourself around the wires and like kind of camouflage yourself slightly.
Okay.
And you see crawling in from the top of the booth is what looks like a large metallic spider. It seems to run its eyes around the booth, like clamber on equipment, sort of clambers over the terminal that you're hidden under. You see, like, it goes over to the computer, which is turned on, and seemingly starts, like interacting with it somehow, like moving a little, or like moving this, like, kind of round orb built into the monitor around, and, like, starts, like, typing something onto the keyboard really quickly. Just, like...
Can I get a better look at what it's doing?
Roll me a perception check.
20.
Okay. You can get a pretty good look at the screen while not really blowing your cover too much. like kind of reaching out a bit, and you can see it's like it seemed to have gone into some sort of weird like routine on this device. Like it's typing in random numbers and letters like violently, and seems to like open something up.
Okay.
Like some kind of like. Okay, roll me another insight to see if you can understand what it's doing.
9.
You have no idea what it's doing. Like it's just typing. It seems to be typing less violently now, and you can see that as it types something else, like words that it didn't type appears, and it types another thing, and then after a while, it just kind of like it closes all of this down, makes one like violent type all over the computer, and the screen goes off. The spider sort of retracts backwards and scuttles out the room.
Okay. I sneak back to the thing, which I don't know what it is. And I click the button again and try and copy what it was doing. I assume I can read, right?
Yeah, you can read.
I mean, it might be the past, but I could still read. Yeah, okay.
No one could read in the past. You've witnessed this thing doing what you're doing, so give me an intelligence check with advantage to see if you can like try and brute force what it was doing.
12.
You start like trying to like mimic its actions of what it was doing to try and bring up whatever it brought up, but it seems there's like nothing. You can't get that back.
Okay. I kick it as hard as I can.
Roll me another strength.
Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Yep.
You kick your foot and smash into this screen. You're taking a D8 of damage. Taking 8 damage as you get partially electrocuted. You kick this screen
shit.
and alarms start whirring. You hear that scuttling noise from before. This creature starts scuttling back in, and you hear a lot more on top of you.
Okay.
That was a natural 20?
You destroyed the machine.
I become Mulrin, and I show them my badge.
You see, this creature starts like scanning your badge, like little symbols start flashing on it. Authorized personnel detected. Subject. Mulrin.
Fuck off.
Subject Mulrin Olsen. State your nature of your visit to this terminal.
I'm walking around. I got angry with it. It infuriated me greatly.
Very well. The damage you have inflicted will be taken out of your salary. Please leave this area.
You should. I think you should be more. You should be more respectful of me. I'm a superior officer, little thing.
I have no concept of respect.
Okay, so right, if I was to give you a dictionary and then you wouldn't be able to tell what respect was if I showed you it.
No.
Right? Is that it?
I could not replicate this. I could consume the information, but it would not be replicated.
Listen, maybe you could come with me and you could be my pet. Is that all right?
No. That is not an option.
Oh, go on.
No. Please
Well,
leave
you
the
could.
premises.
Yeah, but
Please
you could,
leave. Please leave
Please?
the premises.
Aw.
Please leave the premises immediately.
Why?
I don't know. That is not my purpose. I am a robot.
What if I told you that I would leave if you became my pet?
No, that is not an option.
Can you say, "We are the Borg, you will be assimilated," please?
No. Please leave the premises or face Punitive
I-
measures.
I leave via the opposite door to which I came in.
There is no door. There's just a window.
There's no other door. Where does the window go? Does it just go outside?
It just goes down. You just fall into the facility.
Oh, into the facility.
It
Not
this
into
place
outside.
hangs. This place hangs above the working area.
Which I've been, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
Not the workers' district, like the actual factory.
Yeah.
Please
I was all excited to jump out a window. All right then, little bugger. I leave out of the door that I come in. Do they follow me?
They sort of follow you for a little bit, and then just wait for you to be far enough away from this area before stopping.
Okay. I leave there where they were looking at me.
So, where are you heading to next?
Did I pass any doors while running away from the spiders?
You passed I think the operating operations room, and other sort of two other unlabeled doors.
I turn back into Yuki and I go right back in.
Oh, what to where? To which room?
To the operations room.
You see the spiders.
18 HP. It's happening again.
You see that the spiders are looking at you while you're doing this, and the main one at the front.
Oh, they're still there.
They are still very much. They're just waiting for you to leave and just kind of watching you.
Yeah, but I went. If I go out of their vision.
If you want to leave, and wait for them to leave.
Yeah, I
that's
will
fine.
fully leave, and get them to go.
So you leave, and these drones do disperse, and then you just immediately go back in and go to the other room.
Yes.
You go into the operations room, and see that there is another very large screen, large collection of these big monitors. These look a lot more advanced than the one you were looking at, and you see they are on, but there's just a flashing bit of text on the screen that just says, "For access, please insert password."
I type Mulrin Olsen.
Failure. Try again.
I type. Hang on. Is there a post-it note?
Roll me
Which
investigation.
says password. You'll never guess. Natural 20 again.
Nice.
Look at. Oh my god.
How is that possible? I feel like I'm cheating. I'll change which dice I'm using.
Can't believe you're cheating.
You sucked up all the good dice rolls that I should have got.
He's sucking.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, you roll a nat 20, and you look around, and you just sort of exploring around, and you see that hanging around one of these big weird generatory machines with blinking lights, the classic blinking lights. The blinking lights aren't there to do anything; they're just aesthetic.
It's a gaming rig. I found Francis Delaware's gaming
his LED his LED death tunnel.
It's got League
and
of
sort
Legends
of exploring around. You see you run into someone. You turn a corner and you see there's a guy just kind of standing there looking at you with a mop. He looks quite old, kind of bald and with liver spots on his head, and he's just kind of mopping around.
When I see him, I jump back and try and sneak past him.
You come out. Hello?
No.
If you're here for something, I can provide it.
I'm not here for anything. I'm not
You
here.
look-
Go
you
about
looking at
your
a lot-
business.
You looking here to log into that computer? I can provide for you.
No.
Do you want to just enter the password in?
That would be useful, but I don't want you to do that.
So you don't want me to do that?
I would like you to do that, but I don't need your help.
Okay.
But I would like you to do that.
You're a confusing lady, but I'll do that. And you see that the guy goes up to the computer and enters in this password.
I didn't need that help, but thank you.
Nah, that's alright. No worries.
I come out from behind the corner. Do you know how to use this?
Yeah, I'm pretty versed in him.
Okay. Hang on, I have to get my friend. I go back behind the corner, and then I turn back into Marnie. And then come out again.
Oh, cool. I get it. You're a changeling. Fine. That's all good with me.
No. There's a bunch of us behind there. We're all...
Oh, yeah? There's a bunch of you behind there?
What's your name, by the way?
Marcus.
Hello, Marcus. I'm Marnie, and I'm a normal tiefling. I'm normal.
Yep.
Nothing strange about me. How do you use this? What's this for?
Oh, this is a computer. They're all the range.
It
if you
looks
know how to get them.
Looks interesting. I'm the computer inspector. I'm here to inspect this object.
You want the information on here or not?
Yes, actually, I would.
Whoa!
Oh,
I'm throwing shade at you.
Oh,
I'm throwing
shit.
shade at you.
Hey, Matthew, say.
Whoa!
Shut
say
up.
it.
That is how
Can
you.
Can you say it
Okay,
again?
how do you say the word
Tiefling.
tiefling?
It's tiefling.
Or teeth.
How do you say this?
It's time.
Hi.
How do you say this?
Fling.
I rest my case.
But it's not tine fling. It's
It's
teeth and
tiefling.
ling.
Teeth.
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 I prefer the way that
Yeah,
tiefling
but you're wrong.
sounds.
So, you lose 3 levels.
Yeah. I bet, Matthew. I bet you call artificers artificers.
Artificers. I say
Okay.
them. Yes.
Okay, you do say it correctly then. Good.
What if I said artificer? Like someone incorrect I could mention.
What's happening?
Yeah. Anyway,
What's happening? I'm
What's
scared.
happening?
an important discussion.
What are you looking for on this computer then?
I don't know. I just maybe you could show me what is here. Maybe that would be useful. Maybe.
Well, we got general
know?
communications. We got development, and we got some of our what do you call them? What do you call someone you spy on?
Oh, I probably should know that. I don't think there is a word for that, actually.
Okay.
This is your people you spy on.
Do you want to look at that one?
Interesting. Okay.
You see that there are these seem to be live feeds. One of them is pointed like you don't know where they're exactly positioned. They seem to be low on the ground. One of them's pointed at the police station. Another one is pointed at Angus's bar. There's another one on the House of Isaac, and there's one on the Milton Milk Factory.
Oh. Milk.
Milk.
Interesting. I've not been around there. It's like a big factory thing. I keep seeing it on the distance.
It's weird
Maybe
around there.
After all this is over, I'll check out on the Milton Milk Factory. Milton's classic milk factory. Ollie told me a milk fact, like in person.
I'm always
A
telling people
spooky
milk
milk
facts.
What
You know that
was
milk
this
isn't
milk
partially
fact?
ghosts?
Now I know.
Tell me the
Partially
milk
ghosts.
facts. I want to know.
I can't.
Why not?
Ollie,
Anyway. Narcissa, what are you doing now?
do you have any games on this?
I don't think so.
That's a shame. Okay then, well, I guess I'll leave. How do you know so much about computers anyway?
I've just been around. Just know it.
Been around sweeping?
Yeah, I sweep up a lot of things.
Don't do any crimes in the future. You seem like the kind of person who's gonna do a crime at some point.
Narcissa, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
6.
Narcissa, as you look down and go to say goodbye to this guy, you realise there's no one sitting at this computer. You're holding a post-it note with the password in your hand, and you're just looking at these live feeds.
What? What the fuck is going on? Oh my god. Yuki, did you see what happened? I turn back into Yuki, and I hide under the desk.
You hide. You sit here and hide. There's
Jesus.
You are all alone.
Jesus Christ, what the hell's going on?
Angus.
The artificer.
You... Yeah. The artifice clay.
This will never end.
The artifice
just
clay.
keep saying this
Yeah,
over and
well, I'm
over.
not a filthy fucking American, so I pronounce it correctly. Carry on.
Whoa.
Okay.
Ooh.
Whoa. Whoa.
Color. Anyway, Angus, you walking up the stairs with Mr. Fullerine, who's very drunk. You see the lady you saw earlier, like sort of like wearing this kind of like pink, like bright pink suit, talking to like a skinny looking guy. He looks very pale. His eyes are quite like a nice red. He definitely looks like a vampire, but it doesn't matter. And they're just sort of like, they seem to be having kind of like a quiet discussion about something before seeing you two. Fullerine goes to you, Angus. Look at them. Conspiring against me, Angus, all of them. Not you, though.
Certainly not, no. I did think it'd be prevalent to mention that you didn't eat any of your steak, and I feel like inviting vampire hunters into your house isn't a smart move.
Fullerine turns to you, and the two other people on the stair, like here, like sort of look at him, and like look back at each other, and like he sort of just looks at them. Go out, go to your room, just get away from me. I need to talk with Mr. Angus. The two of them, like the lady in the pink suit, gives this guy a little kiss, and she heads out, and he seems to head to like a room up here. Fullerine directs you to like his room, and sort of gestures for you to go in first.
I guess I do.
Going in there, there's no bed. There's just a very large desk, and a lot of like memorabilia, like war memorabilia, like everywhere. And sort of in the center on this like large wall full of like weapons and daggers and weird helmets. There appears to be a picture of a younger Mr. Fullerine with Hordo and another very lean, quite stern-looking man.
It's a really nice desk.
Thank you. I made it myself.
What's your game here, Fullerine? What's your stakes
Game.
in this situation?
That's why I like you, Angus. You get right down to brass tacks. Now, he sits down at his desk. Hordo and I didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. I wanted to make a fresh start with you.
With me?
Yes. Angus, I know you have your bar that provides money, and you're quite liked in the community. But you don't have the history. You don't have all this knowledge of the area and the people and what they want and what they need, who they need protecting from, who their real enemies are, and I can help you with that.
I believe you. It's something that I've been worrying about for a while myself.
They're dying out everywhere, Angus. The guilds, the hunters, all of them are being removed, gotten rid of. I know for a fact that'll be the downfall of Homeland, whatever. But it won't be the fall here, because this is where we take our stand.
You talking about... Wait, what guilds? Just vampire hunters guilds in general?
Hunters, changeling hunting, all of it. It's all dying. But we need it.
Why?
For protection. Not just against the changelings, not against the vampires. They are symbols, staples of our world. Without them, we'd be nothing.
And what if they do die out?
Then it is the end. For HEX, for society, for civilization as we know it.
It's pretty vague.
Saw what happened, what things were like before this. Hordo knew it too, but he ignored it. And now I know. I know more than I should.
I'm struggling to understand now. I see the hunters as tangible physical threats to lives and cultures. And I don't see the destruction of them as any kind of negative downfall.
You see he reaches into his desk and pulls out another glass of wine, drinks it.
I'm imagining him opening a drawer and there's just a wine glass in there, just freestanding.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
He just stores them for when he needs them, for when he needs to have a conversation with people.
When he needs to be dramatic. What is a man?
A miserable
little
pile
pile
of
of
secrets.
God, he's really not
Enough
doing himself any favours,
But
is
enough
he?
talk. Have at
well,
you.
at the moment he's coming across as kind of like a like a neoliberal. We must uphold the status quo, otherwise society will be destroyed. Good, it's shit. Fucking hate society.
God.
If you don't utilize them, give them your direction, your savvy, they'd be useless. You can reform them, you can make them better. We can keep HEX secure as it always has been.
From what?
Do you really want to know?
Yes. Yes, I want to know. You yourself, a vampire, are claiming that the people who seek to kill you are beneficial to you.
I'm not like those rats scurrying around the maintenance zone. I made my choice, and I am a staple of this community, and I always will be.
It's not what they think. They think you're all the same. They don't care your status or your holding. They'll kill you just as they kill everyone else.
But they'll never discover me.
You're right. They are pretty fucking stupid.
I don't think you'll tell them, Angus. You're a kind man.
Angus just shakes his head. Because he fucking hates these people. He's definitely not going to rat out on the people he's trying to protect.
You said it yourself. They aren't the most intelligent men. I don't even necessarily want them to wipe out the vampires. They don't need to. But there needs to be conflict, a fight. At the moment, the people riding the fear in HEX are Richard Filament. People like that. Do you want a man like that controlling you? Pulling your strings?
He's working with a vampire, Richard.
I know.
Of course you know.
We are stronger than him. And his pet. One show of bravery against the vampires, and you win the people. You win me. No more grabs for power. It ends here. But if you let it carry on, who knows what will come for you?
This would be so much easier if I hadn't already talked to the vampire's leader who wants to take him home. And I set the other two free.
Do you say this to him, or is this just you?
I say that to him.
That was a foolish maneuver, but we can work around it. The hive is what's important. The hive is what people know about. All you need to do is show your support for the hunters. Don't do anything that's going to upset the people or confuse them. They'll see a victory, your victory, and they'll feel secure again.
I can figure it out. I always figure it out. I always have something to do. If I can... I need to talk to Masha about this.
What does she know about this?
No one knows anything about anything in this godforsaken floor. Masha knows that there's a vampire masquerading as a cop who's committing the killings. Masha knows Richard's working with him. Masha knows the leader of the vampires has asked us to not kill the rogue one, so we may bring him back to the hive. Masha doesn't know about you. She doesn't know the vampire hunters are here.
So it was you who was talking with him. I'd hoped it wasn't you, but I understand, I suppose. That is your nature.
I like to understand the conflicts I'm a part of, and that does mean talking to everyone, playing each side until I figure out what's right.
I am tired of understanding. There is a simple solution in front of you, and I'm providing it to you on a silver platter. Just take it. Your friends will understand.
I'll figure something out. I do believe you in what you're saying, though I think there's bigger things at play, however.
Angus, I need an answer now. They will go ahead with their execution. They will go to the hive soon. And you can either be behind it, or they can do it all on their own.
Did you come from the hive?
Fullerene kind of stands up, just sort of wanders around his room looking at stuff.
No. Someone from the hive came to me. They gave me the gift, and it has been beneficial for watching over HEX. Seeing the changes to the world, trying to keep this little pocket of security intact. For that, the vampires are invaluable, but their survival is irrelevant when thinking of the people of HEX.
Do they have plans? When are they going to go for the hive?
Tomorrow evening at midnight.
Do you have any more of those glasses of wine?
He gets 2 glasses and hands you one.
I don't think Angus is going to savour it. I think he's just going to knock it back.
Do you stand with me, Angus?
I don't agree with you. I think that your careless attitude towards this hive is unnerving, but I do also acknowledge that this is the only solution that has been presented to me. I'll say I will stand with you, but I can't promise I won't try and figure out my own way.
In that case, I will respect your way forward. You can try to do things your way, but remember, as soon as your way's failed, we do things my way. Be a part of it or not.
He drinks his wine.
I'll even let you say I told you so.
I'm quite tired now, Angus. If you would,
Of course, yeah. Good night, Fullerene. Sir, he's going to leave the room. Actually, did he see where the other 2 vampires went?
Sorry, my neck was itchy.
Oh, no!
No, I'm a vampire!
Oh no!
Squeal, 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 squeal. I think you saw the lady in pink. She left downstairs, and the other guy, who's definitely not a vampire, went into a room on this floor. Like you see, there's like a room to your right, and a room at the end of the hall.
Oh, the lady in pink left.
Yeah.
I want to find her. I need to apologise for attacking someone.
You're just going to be screaming off into the night.
No,
like, wait!
Angus is over his screaming days.
He's ever since the library incident.
Yeah.
That was actually a setback that stopped him from getting the church, I think. Was that an actual setback that caused him some issue?
I don't think so. I think they just made fun of him for it. I guess he lost some respect from Vanessa. What was the leader of the vampires called?
Vim.
Did Vim say where he was going?
I think he's just said he was going to return back down to his hive.
I want to go find the hive.
Okay, I think would you head to the hole?
Yes.
Okay, you head down to the hive. Like you start walking in the direction of the hive. Specifically the hole. You think to yourself, "Geez, I hope the others are." No, you're not. You're not concerned about them. Who gives a shit?
Well,
die.
There was something I didn't say when talking to Fillerine, which I was thinking about, and it's more about the reason why he's not going to the other two, is because he doesn't trust Ulos with any amount of information, and he thinks Masha's motivations are all kinds of wrong. So I guess that's what he's considering in his head.
Yeah. You head on down to the hive, and it's quite late at this point. Like you spent the night with some of the most unpleasant people on the planet, and a somewhat traitorous vampire. You head on down to the hole, and you immediately see an unpleasant face standing at it.
For fuck's sake!
It's Richard Filament. Hey, Angus!
Hey,
Come
Richard.
over a sec.
Did you catch that vampire?
Oh no, just slipped through my fingers, unfortunately. But we'll get him next time.
What are you doing out here so late?
Just enjoying the night air. I'm a bit of a night owl myself. I don't know if you know it. I'm guessing you are too, considering you're exploring here.
Yeah, I kind of have to be.
I gotta say, I'm a little relieved, to be honest. I kind of heard on the grapevine that Fullerine's brought in some vampire hunters, and the whole situation's looking a little messy, if you know what I mean.
What grapevine are you even using, Filament?
Ah, it's long. It extends everywhere. Grapes grow on long vines, It's very interesting.
Who are you?
Richard Filament, friendly neighborhood policeman.
With unlimited grapevines and no police records.
Listen, we can talk about me all you want, but I really want to talk about you and how you're doing.
Seems that everyone does.
This must be a very stressful situation for you.
You are so hard to talk to, Richard. Maybe drop the act for at least once in your life.
I can give you some helpful advice going forward. As a friend, and I mean that. You see, this grapevine about the hunters going down to hive, setting explosives, hell, that information would spread quite quickly. I mean, if I could hear it, then I'm just a humble officer. It'd be a shame if it spread to some of the people in the maintenance zone, and they got the idea to go down there and start fighting vampires.
Sure.
But, and I'll admit, I might have gone a bit too hard with my little patrol, my neighborhood watch. But that can end. If maybe I had a little bit more oversight over the House of Isaac, Kind of like a shared partnership thing.
No.
Oh. Come on, Angus. I mean, is it any better than working with Fullerine?
It's about the same, really. The only difference between what Fullerine's been proposing for me is that it's a temporary thing.
Listen, all I'm asking is, this whole thing with the vampire, the hunters, my neighborhood watch, it all ends, it all goes away. If we just work together on this thing. Otherwise, these attacks might keep on going. Forever.
I think about it. Why doesn't healing magic affect you?
You see, Richard sort of looks a bit confused. Healing magic? I don't know. Maybe it's got strong bones,
Can I just make a one big generalized insight check from the perspective of an engineer?
Okay, yeah. I get what you're putting there.
Yeah.
Roll me an insight check.
18.
Richard Filament, as far as you can see him looking at him, He's not some kind of machine of any kind. Like, he's fleshy. As far as you know, he doesn't seem like a construct. Like, he's a lot more. He's very fluent and like articulate. But there is like. But he isn't like a person. He's machine-like only in that his body doesn't react to like magic properly, but that's it. There's no real mechanics that seem to be going into him or like operating him.
Are you part of the Psi Division, Richard?
The Psi Division? Whoa! Yeah, I think I've heard of those guys. I don't know much, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going to the church.
Oh, hey, well, I hope you have a nice night. Are you actually going to the church, or are you just trying to...
Yeah, he's actually going to the church.
And hey, Angus, just one more thing. We both know that vampire isn't in that nest. Don't know where he is now. Don't ask me, but maybe you should be, I don't know, thinking through my offer a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good night. Good night, Angus.
Yep.
Have a good night's sleep. Are you heading to House of Isaac?
Yeah.
Are you looking by any chance for Vanessa?
Nope. But
Okay.
if she's there, I might as well say hi.
Okay. Where are you going to in the House of Isaac?
Generally, because I realised I've kind of got a proper build for Angus in my head. But one of the ways he needs to go starts with leading more into the church stuff. So I generally think he's going to sit in one of the pews and just kind of, I don't know, empty his head for an hour. Maybe take a short rest there. Because I don't think he's struggling enough to like actively pray. But he's kind of like, this is where I would go for help if Horda was fucking alive.
Roll me religion.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
Oh, the church collapses down on you, killing Angus immediately.
No!
The campaign is
God
over.
smite him.
Nat 1, Jesus Christ, like, God hates you.
Yeah.
God, that's actually thrown me a little bit. I don't know what a nat 1 for religion. The cross falls on you and kills you immediately.
Well, I guess because he's not like super. He was never super invested in this religion.
Yeah.
So just nothing could happen.
You are just completely devoid of spiritual connection to this place.
I think he might sit there for an extra hour, but I do want to go back and get to that hive.
You sit there for another hour. I think your ability to connect spiritually with anything is really going to be a struggle. Because
yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot of things in your mind. Like, you're clearing your head, but there is just a lot that's happened. There's a lot of different factions and factors you have to deal with.
And they're all like, "We need you, buddy."
But do you after an hour of like sort of waiting there? Do you go back to the hive?
Yeah, go back to the hive.
You head out. There is no sign of Richard Filament or any people or any like hunters or fullerenes. And with a sort of a calmer mind and a clearer head, you walk off into the hive. Strangely, as you enter the hole, you do feel some kind of connection with something. You're not sure what, but it's with you. And we're going to end the session there.
Yeah, sorry. Just before we end, I wanted to look up some things. I've been writing them down. Firstly, can I just try and find a database on this computer? Is that possible?
Yeah, of course. I think it is there in front of you.
Okay. The ghost man has done the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I look up, firstly, I want to look up any information they have on Richard Filament.
Researching in Richard Filament into their this database, you get no results.
Okay, sure. Next, I wanted to look up the Changeling Village that I heard Vim talking about. I don't know. I guess I'd look up Changeling Village.
You see the result for that comes up with thousands of answers,
Thousands,
all spread out across Homeland. See, Delaware's the Delaware seemingly have villages marked out. Some of them have been removed or have been no longer option, and then some of them are still under watch, surveillance.
Okay. Sure. Can I click on one of them?
Would you just click on a random one?
I want to look for a close-ish one.
Yeah, you pick you put floor 512.
Okay.
It seems to line up Changeling Village / commune, population 0, status non-active.
Okay. Can I look up another one?
Are you looking for a specific one?
Just another random one, I suppose.
I'm gonna roll a d20. You find one that is more this one says Changeling commune, population 8, status under minimal surveillance, no threat posed.
Which floor is this?
That's floor 688.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Next question. The changeling pill. It was like a spell thing that makes you switch between forms rapidly. I don't know what to write in for that.
It wasn't a pill. It was specifically some kind of device.
A device. I look up form change device.
You get one result. It seems to be what looks like a metallic collar with the actual device that forces the change. It seems to be, you click on this and it comes up with sales numbers, status of distribution, and changes to design.
Okay. Can I look up who it was created for? Why it was created? Is there more information?
What search term do you put in for this?
I guess I just scroll around on the page, see if I find anything else.
Scrolling around there, you can see very clearly that at the bottom of this page it just states developed by Delaware Corporation.
Oh no. Okay. Next thing, final thing. The Hall of Ogma. I was going to look up the circumstances of how it was previously owned, who was owning it, what that was all about. Hall of Ogma, I suppose I look up.
Researching the Hall of Ogma, it's less really describing who owned it before, but very focused on Monroe as an individual. It seems to be a report by someone. It doesn't really list a name, but just states that my analysis of the area and Monroe deems he has no connection to any hives or the Psi Division. He is not a threat to the organization.
Can I look up Psi Division?
Looking up Psi Division, you're flooded with millions of results. All of them charting the progress of the Psi Division spread across Homeland. Some of it one in particular is a file on the core members of the Psi Division.
Okay. Not that helpful. Is there any about the relationship between the Psi Division and Delaware Corp?
Nothing explicitly stated, although it seems that some of the files repeat the sentiment that there has been a struggle to set up Delaware factories in and around Psi Division areas, and they seem to have there's no active combat between them, but they are vying for the same territory.
Okay. Interesting. I think that's all. That's all I wanted to know. Thanks. Let's end now.
Okay, I will stop my recording.